calculating the national income, we have to find NNP at FC. Similarly, one more term you have to remember, domestic income. That is NDP FC. Okay, I'll write it more clearly. NNP FC is national income and NDP FC is domestic income. Domestic means it is within the domestic territory. That is net national product at factor cost. And this is net national product at factor cost means it is including the economic territory, all the units working abroad, right? So there are three methods of finding national income or calculating the national income. First method is the income method. Second is the expenditure method, and third method is value added method or output method, or may also be known as production method. Income method, expenditure method and value added method or output method. Remember, all these methods can be used to calculate the national income of an economy and the value of national income, or you can say the answer of the national income will be same whether you are applying the income method, expenditure method or the value added method. But yes, their components, their mode of working would be different. And you have to remember that these names which have been given to them, income, expenditure, value added, they actually are telling you about the method. These are the important words. You will come to know what I am trying to say. First we will move on to income method, and remember our target is to calculate national income, that is NNP at FC. So first we will talk about the income method. See, as the name says, income. So it means that we have to calculate the national income of the economy based on the incomes generated in that economy. And remember, we consider only the factor incomes while calculating the national income. Transfer incomes are never included in the national income. Income, as I told you, that it can be generated only through the factors of production. It means land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. So under the income method, we have to study the income of the four factors of production, and when we add them, that will be the total national income. The income from labor, or all the income accruing to the labor, is considered under the subheading of COE. COE means compensation of employees. While the income from land, capital and entrepreneurship is considered under the subheading OS, that is operating surplus. Okay, and there is one more heading under this that we will talk about later, that is mixed income. First of all, you have to remember that COE will contain all the income generated through labor, means salary, bonus, wages or any other incentive which has been given to the employee. While operating surplus will include all the income generated through land, capital and entrepreneurship. Now the formula that we use under the income method is NDP FC is equal to COE plus OS plus MI, right? Now we will study these. It means that we will get the domestic income when we apply the formula COE plus OS plus MI. And remember, NDPFC is the domestic income. One more important thing that you have to be careful of is that whenever you use the income method, you will use only this formula. It means only NDPFC will be calculated first. After that, it can be converted into national income or any other aggregate using the three converters. So now we will talk about in detail that what these COE, OS and MI mean. So first we will talk about COE. As discussed, it is the compensation of employees or any income which is being generated or which is flowing from the employer to employee. Income of the labor from the employer to the employee. Right? It has certain components. The first and foremost is wages and salaries. Because any labor working for any firm or any employee working for any employer would first of all demand for wages and salaries. Second is any bonus given to the employee or incentives given to the employee. Then social security contributions by employers. Then we have any free uniform, free food, free medical facilities or any other thing given to the employee. Then we have retirement pension, okay, and there may be many more, like suppose they are giving the education of children for free, or any other thing. Now see, it is difficult to learn everything and it is not possible even to write everything because many employer may be giving the money or the, you can say, the compensation in various kinds. One could be your that you are actually come around TA, DA, travelling allowance, DNS allowance, sick leave allowance, medical leave allowance, any other allowance given to the employee by the employer. COE broadly will contain all the money which has been received by anyone by providing his labor. And in a question, in a numerical, either COE would be given to you directly, okay, and if it is given directly you are lucky enough. If it is not directly given, then anything out of these would be given to you. Remember, wages and salary, most important component. Then it could also be written as wages or salaries in kind. In kind means that not in form of cash, in some other form, like maybe in form of clothes, in form of say food or any other thing. Bonus incentives. Then this is another important thing that you will find. Social security contribution by employers, or it could be written as the contribution by employers to the social security schemes, or social security schemes contributed by the employers. It means that what money or what amount the employer is contributing for the employee in a social security scheme. Like for example, if you talk about the PF, Provident Fund, then if you are aware, you must be knowing that if an employee is contributing, or suppose from employee salary 1000 is being deducted for PF, then the organization also has to pay 1000. So that is a contribution to the social security scheme, or maybe some insurance or other thing. One more thing that you have to take care is that only when it is the contribution by employers, it will be added. If it is the contribution by employees, then it will not be added. It means it has already been added in the salary of the employee. Then these are the various factors which you have to add, or various elements of COE. So first target of whenever you are solving your question is to find the COE. And it is again simple to judge that if the money has been paid for providing the labor, it is simply, it will from the employer to the employee, it will be part of COE. Then talking about the OS, operating surplus. It contains income from property and income from entrepreneurship. So it means OS contains two things, income from the property and income from entrepreneurship. Under income from property, first of all we have the rent, which is generated from the land. If you have given your land to a firm, then you can generate the land from rent from it. Second is interest. Interest is if you have given your money or your capital to a firm. Actually, your capital or your money is also your property. That's why it is under the head of income from property. Then third is royalty. Royalty is any income which you get on your creations. For example, a singer would get a royalty whenever the album containing his song is sold. Similarly, a book writer will get a royalty whenever a copy of the book is sold. So income from property is again divided into three parts: rent, interest and royalty. It means if you add rent, interest and royalty, you will get the income from property. Then income from entrepreneurship. You already know income from entrepreneurship is profit, or you can say that entrepreneur always takes the share of profit. Then profit is again divided into three parts. First is dividend. Second is corporate tax. Third is corporate saving. Or corporate saving is also known as retained earning.